Atomic fears in the arms race. So here's Mr. Butler's overview of the Cold War and the nuclear proliferation. The U.S. government's decision to develop a hydrogen bomb, first tested in 1952, committed the United States to an ever-escalating arms race with the Soviet Union. The arms race led many Americans to fear that nuclear war could happen at any time, and the U.S. government urged citizens to prepare to survive an atomic bomb. In 1950, the U.S. National Security Council released NSC 68, a secret policy paper that called for quadrupling defense spending in order to meet the perceived Soviet threat. NSC 68 would define U.S. defense strategy throughout the Cold War. President Eisenhower attempted to cut defense spending by investing in a system of massive retaliation, hoping that the proposed prospect of mutually assured destruction, aka MAD, from a large nuclear arsenal would deter potential aggressors. And then came the doomsday clock and the H-bomb. Shortly after the U.S. dropped the atomic bomb on Japan, the scientists who had developed the bomb formed the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, an organization dedicated to alerting the world to the dangers of nuclear weaponry. Early contributors included Robert Oppenheimer, the director of Manhattan Project, and Albert Einstein, who dedicated the final years of his life to promoting nuclear disarmament. In 1947, they printed their first magazine, placing on its cover what would become an iconic symbol of the nuclear age, the doomsday clock. The clock purported to show how close humanity was to nuclear annihilation, or midnight. When the clock first appeared, the scientists predicted that humankind was even more a mere 7 minutes to midnight. But by 1953, the scientists had revised their estimate to just 2 minutes to midnight. The reason for this panicked prognosis was the United States' decision to develop and test a hydrogen bomb, also known as an H-bomb, a nuclear weapon 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb that had leveled Hiroshima at the end of World War II. Although scientists and some government officials argued against it, U.S. officials ultimately reasoned that it would be imprudent for them not to develop any weapon that the Soviet Union might possess. The development of the H-bomb committed the U.S. to an arms race with the USSR. Despite the specter of nuclear holocaust, both the United States and the Soviet Union vied to build even more powerful nuclear weapons. And that was the first phase of nuclear proliferation in the 20th century. Mr. Butler, out.